Welcome back, everybody. Get Fit ASAP podcast. My name is Anthony. I'm here with Craig, Big C Tucker, and also Danny Roof.
What's up, guys?
Hey. Come on, Craig, 220. Check him out on Instagram.
Woo, getting famous.
Strong Man of the Year.
I'm like infamous.
AKA, come on, Craig. AKA.
How many you got?
I don't know. That's all I got.
Yeah. See, I could think of a couple, but okay.
All right, we'll leave it to that.
Next time.
Welcome back, guys. Glad to have you back. Today we're going to be going over kind of all things coaching, but basically, what makes a good coach, how you can get started as being the coach, things that maybe you don't expect when you're a coach. We'll kind of start off, though, talk about our own experience. Why don't you go ahead, Danny, lead it off. How did you get started?
Let's see. Well, I started doing CrossFit with my friends. They opened up a gym, and I helped them get their artwork done and kind of painted up the gym there. And so we tried to just, get my membership going that way. But I've always been a competitive person, always been into sports and athletes, just trying to challenge myself in different ways. So CrossFit was a big challenge for me when I got into it. Coming from an athletic background, I thought it would be very good, and I thought it would be natural and easy for me, and quickly realized that it was not. It was definitely my next challenge, the next step forward. So I started training a lot, doing 2-a-days and really going after it, really pushing it. And then I started realizing that, it's almost become an addiction. And then it was something that I wanted to be a part of all the time. And then I see everybody around me getting better and doing better and things like that. And it started making me realize that my career choice wasn't lining up with what I wanted to do, long term. And so I started pursuing coaching a little bit more just because I like seeing the progress. I like seeing everybody make those changes. I like seeing people, hit new numbers and hit new PRs and things like that. And it started making me realize that I wanted to be that person. I wanted to be the person that people seeked out to, help with their coaching or help take them to that next level and become that athlete. And so I think about 6 months into my CrossFit career, I went out and got my level 1. After my level 1, I immediately turned around and got my CrossFit Kids certificate because I was thinking the kids would help just add more value to whatever location I was going to be a part of. And then quickly after that, I went to my movement mobility class too because I just wanted to learn how to move better and to get into better positions and that stuff. And I haven't stopped learning since, man. I got a bunch more certificates. I've got a bunch more training, and I haven't looked back, man. I've been full-time coaching for a little over 3 years now, and it's the best choice of my life for sure.
What do you think, Craig? How did you get started?
Basically the complete opposite of Daniel. I wasn't super active as a youth.
348 pounds he was at his top.
Okay, 307, but
307.
With all the clothes I'd wear to hide it, it was close to 348. I wasn't super active. Then my friend's like, "Hey, you should do football. You're a big guy." I'm like, "Okay." Signed up, met the biggest jerk of my life. Sitting next to me.
Wow.
And Daniel's a sweetheart.
Messed up, dude.
Daniel is the sweetest, most gentle soul.
I'll take care of it.
And you made me cry on multiple occasions.
That's not
no, that's completely true. So for football,
tears of joy.
After my first football season, dude, you guys are heck out of shape, especially you, Craig. So I did off-season conditioning with him, and that turned out to be CrossFit. Didn't realize at the time. Got in actually pretty good shape. Got decently strong from a fat kid to decently strong kid, I guess you could say.
I thought Craig was a girl at first.
A lot of people did.
Long hair.
No,
I'm just kidding.
I had long hair, fun fact, and then big boobs, and then
oh shit.
Now I have short hair and big boobs. Anyways, on topic. Where was I? Yeah, right. So after high school, I actually became completely inactive. I just went to community college, sat around, didn't really do much.
Why, you just chilling or?
Yeah, I mean,
just enjoying life.
You guys moved to Dixon, and then I just didn't even think about it. I just didn't even think because I'm from Rio Vista.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about anything active. Then one day I'm like, holy crap! I can't see my shoes. I can't sleep. I can't get out of bed the right way.
What did it feel like when you're like that?
Dude, it's literally hard to breathe.
Wow.
Getting out of bed is hard. You can only sleep certain angles. When none of your clothes fit and you have to go pants sizing, and you get 40, 42s, depending on the brand, it sucks. It ain't that fun. So I realized I needed to make a change. They were doing
Is there any good things? Do you feel like?
Yeah, you get to get all the food you want, dude.
Oh. That's it, though?
That's about it, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, ladies aren't lining up for 307. Anyways,
Sorry,
I got in my head, I need to go back to Anthony. He was a jerk, but he got me in the best shape of my life.
Why was I a jerk? I'm curious.
if you've met Anthony, you know the answer to that question. You're just hard on me. You knew I could do better. And
That's true.
That's
what I wanted to hear. I'm like,
yeah, that's something I've always carried with me. Is like I can do better. I am better than I give myself credit for.
Look at you now.
Yeah.
I knew you had that sculpted body underneath all that clothes.
Well, at least one of us believes that. I'm still looking for it. Still sculpting. Oh, this is gonna be a long story. All right, and then I went back, ran out of money, but then I came back a couple months later, and I've literally been here since 2015, I believe. This is my first like real bill because I'm still living at home at the time, and then I've made it work. I made it work for so long, and then luckily they needed a cleaning staff, and I cleaned their floors for 3 years. Then, as time you clean floors, you're there during the non-business hours, and you see the coaches working out, and like, man, those guys are so cool. I'll never be there. As time goes by, I realize they're not so cool.
Wow.
And then one day they're talking and like, I'm starting. Maybe we should hire more people. I'm like, why can't that be me? One of my favorite things about the gym is those new people. They come in and they realize they can do more than they thought they could. Like, you don't tell them how much you're squatting, for example, and all of a sudden they're at 200 pounds, and you tell them, like, holy crap. That's one of the coolest feelings I ever saw. Or when, after like 2 weeks in, they realize, oh my gosh, I'm getting used to this. I'm not dying every single day. I loved seeing that stuff. I love just like talking to those people. So eventually I was like, I forget which one of you to talk to first. Like, dude, how do you become a coach? And like, you just got to keep watching, keep listening. You're welcome to, kind of watch a class when you're not in it. Just pay attention, man, and ask questions after class. And I did that for 2 years, on and off. Whenever I didn't have school, I did my class, and then I'd stay after, watch their class. I'd occasionally work out with these guys, get my ass handed to me, and they'd walk off and have a conversation, and I'm like, I'm going to quit. There's no way I can keep up with these guys. Just over time, man, you just pick up a lot of things.
Persistence.
When you're in class, if you're interested in coaching, you're in class, listen to how the coaches talk to the new people. That's like the biggest thing. Like, just listen to how they talk to the people, because it's different. Everyone's talked to differently.
Yeah.
But yeah, eventually I was in a car accident, thankfully, and I got my car. I got my car totaled, so I got money. I'm like, you know what? I can buy a nice car. I can finally get that level 1, and I finally did it. A few months later, turned around like Daniel. I got my strongman though, because kids. I got my strongman certification. I got a class going, and it's just such a rewarding experience. Like, I didn't even believe it, but like once I started coaching people and the strongman, it's a bunch of heavy stuff. It's the point. And I'm people just like, holy crap, I just carried 300 pounds on my back. Like, I can't even squat 200, but you can do that. Like, it's just shattering people's expectations, and that's just a wonderful feeling.
I remember when you got your level 1, dude. It was fucking random. Hey guys, I got my level 1.
I don't think you told anyone.
Yeah,
Did you?
No, I didn't tell you.
Failed,
yeah, in case I failed, I don't want to tell anyone.
But you know what? Honestly,
That's
though, but
surprising.
sometimes I think that's what it takes. Though sometimes you just have to fucking do it. You just have to. It doesn't come down to telling people, hey, this is what I'm doing. Hey, this is what I'm doing. You went out and you did it. You didn't tell people you were doing it. Like, you pursued it.
Yeah.
I think that's something that's big.
Like, for me, I've noticed, like, I'm one of those people, if I tell everyone, if I tell them, go on Facebook, yo, I'm doing this, I'm probably not going to do it. I don't know why, but every single time I brag about it, I don't do it, but I keep in my head.
See, a lot of people do that on purpose because it keeps them more accountable.
Yeah, but I'm the opposite. It never works for me. And then I have to
I don't
explain
think
it.
it helps either way.
Then I have to explain to people, like, oh, so how's that going? Quit.
Yeah.
But if I don't tell people, it usually goes pretty better for me. So the same thing happened there. Like, I think I mentioned it. Like, oh, okay, cool. And then all of a sudden, like, here you go. And here you go. Where's my job? Didn't go that way, but yeah. Next question.
I think the people think, most people, once they get to level 1, they're like, all right, I'm good to go. I can coach now.
No.
Basically the exact opposite. I mean, you're only going to learn so much in that weekend. Like,
Yeah.
you will learn a lot, but I feel like 90% of the stuff you're going to learn is through experience. So depending on how much or how long you've been doing CrossFit before, obviously if you've been doing CrossFit for a couple years, you already have a pretty good base of the movements and stuff like that. Even though you don't know how to coach someone yet, you at least have a good understanding.
Even after I got started, like, I got my level 1, I got the CrossFit Kids, I got the CrossFit Movement Mobility, all within each other, back to back of each other, and I wasn't even coaching at the time. And I think it was about 6 or 7 months of just the experience of coaching and developing before I actually was like my own class and my own program and stuff. But yeah, I mean, 3 certificates into the program, and I didn't think I was ready.
I mean, like level 1, like, oh, here's some tactile cues you can give your members, your athletes. I'm like, great. How do you have a conversation with someone?
Yeah.
Like, how do you break that? Like, having that conversation. Like, here's a cue you can give them. Okay, but actually getting them to listen, that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, and then just because you can tell someone a cue doesn't mean they like you or want to come to your class.
Exactly. It doesn't teach you how to be a good, individual. Yeah. You have to be a good person to be a coach. Like, if you're not if you don't like people to some degree, it's going to be rough for you.
Yeah. But I think you need to know that, that from my experience, you get that in-depth look at, the sport, obviously, of CrossFit, or if you want to call it a sport, but the movements, the strategy behind the workouts, stuff like that, what things, work well together, obviously all the modifications, progressions, stuff like that. If you're just new to CrossFit and you've been doing it, for a couple of months or something like that, you're not going to know all those little things.
Yeah, because CrossFit isn't just, you got to move on the board, you throw a pin, and, oh, hey, that's what we're doing today. It's not like that. There's a reason for every single workout.
Exactly.
Unless you do chaos, and then that's just different.
And then planning ahead for people's stuff. And then a lot of people are going to throw curveballs at you when you're coaching them.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that experience, you know how to deal with all these different situations, which you probably don't. If you're just an athlete, you're not going to be used to it. You're not going to know what to do, really. You're not going to be a good coach. You're not give them a good plan.
Yeah. Like, what we have our members, they've been coming here like almost as long as me. Oh, I've been coming here for 3 years. And they'll bring a friend, and this happens sometimes, unfortunately. Like, they bring a friend. Here's the workout. Okay, do this, 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 and this, and their friends, trying to guide them through it, and then their friend can't do something. They just freeze. Like, wait, you can't do that. I don't know what to do. It's coach. Like, this goes back to shadowing. That experience. You gotta learn how to handle those kind of curveballs, like you're saying. Yeah.
And then with shadowing too, that's the I feel like the main way you're gonna learn. And then all our coaches go through a shadowing process. It's different. The time's different for every coach depending on what kind of their experience they have. But really getting that experience and showing them how our coaches coach, why we do certain things, and really getting the experience that way, rather than just reading it in a book or doing it over a weekend seminar where you're kind of only getting a little bit of something. And everyone coaches different too, so seeing a bunch of different people coach, getting the little things from each person, then obviously making up your own style, because everyone's going to be different with their personality, and they reach people differently. So I think it's important to get a little
yeah, because
something for everyone.
Like my first month coaching, I tried to what worked best for me is like I was telling earlier, Anthony was the biggest I'm not sure I can say these words on the podcast. Biggest
nice guy.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Biggest nice guy on that I've ever met. But
wow,
he got the most. Now? He got the most results out of me. It depends. Are we in a workout or out of a workout? He calls me out. He's always been able to motivate me because he's rough with me. And then there's other other coaches. Jesus. Oh my,
wow.
There's children listening.
I didn't say it, dude.
He's always been able to elicit a response from me. But some coaches they come at it from a nice angle because that's what works for them. And I tried coming at it like Anthony, try to be a little more forceful, call them out a little bit. But not everyone responds to that, and I kind of developed my own style. A little. That's what you got to do at first. You can't just copy I'm going to be that, because it doesn't work for everybody.
And I'm not like that with everyone too. I know I could be like that with you.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that. And I didn't realize that until I thought you were like that with everyone. Then Anthony's so nice. Like, who are you talking about?
No, man, that's the one thing you don't learn either in that stuff. Or just social skills and stuff like that, where it's talking to people certain ways, and someone can be really offended if I talk to them like I talk to you.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? But
so you admit it. You're admitting it on the internet.
No, I admit it to nothing. But no, you guys gotta know you gotta know people.
You definitely gotta know people. You gotta know how to talk to people for sure. It's a lot more than just hey, this is what movement we're doing, the 70 reps we're doing. I think big. I'm thinking, almost like a therapist in a way. A lot of times we're sitting here,
unlicensed therapist.
Yeah.
Hey, some people, I've heard pieces of life stories oh, that's so cool. And some days I'm like, I didn't even know that. You do that to yourself.
No, but we hear a lot of stuff too. We are kind of like therapists. People come here for that hour to get away from their problems and stuff like that, and they like to vent to you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Which, hey, it's all good. Yeah,
you gotta be a listener.
Let's do it, and let's go get a workout in. let some of that steam out, or So I think it's.
I think that's what's good about our staff, though. Everybody's, we're here to help. We're here to get people better. We're here to make it fun and enjoyable and stuff. So I think all of our coaches are pretty good at adapting to help out with everybody for that stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think it kind of goes back to like just knowing the different athletes. Yelling or screaming might not work for some people. Sometimes it does. Knowing their injuries and stuff like that, how to modify them. What's going to get them motivated? What are their goals? You got to know all these things so you can get the best out of them. Whatever their potential is.
Yeah. Like I got a lady. I'm not gonna name names, of course, but like whenever I see her struggle, I'm like, hey, Vegas is coming, and she hops right back on the bike, or she gets back on the box, picks the bar back up, and and some people you gotta yell and scream like, come on, what are you doing? You can do better than that, and, or call them out, like make it a competition, like, yo, Daniel's passing you, whatever works. Everyone's a little bit different.
Yeah. Find that motivation.
And some people they just like to win.
I think you gotta also, we'll kind of already know that, but be a good motivator. You gotta get people motivated, and sometimes it's hard.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of times it's hard because people have different goals, different stuff like that, and then to really get their goals and keep them engaged in the class, you really gotta find out what their goals are, or and then how to get them motivated to reach those goals. Because every day they're gonna come in, they're not gonna want to work out that day, not gonna want to stick to the diet that day, and how are you gonna motivate them and get them disciplined enough to stick to those goals? You know what I'm saying? That's a really hard thing to do, but I think it's just persistence, honestly.
Yeah. I would say that's the hardest part of the job. Not the hardest, but one of the hardest parts of the job. Just like stay on top of people, but not nagging at them, just reminding them.
But some people freaking need to be nagged too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Literally, so it's like,
Yeah, every single day.
Yeah, every single day, honestly.
Even if it's just a casual conversation, like if you want to coach, you just gotta remember, like every time you talk to someone, try to just remind them, so maybe they're not thinking about it that day, but as soon as you remind them, like, oh yeah, you're right, yeah, I really need to do my stretching before class, or I really need to meal prep tonight because I'm out.
Yeah,
that always sucks.
What about
one of the things I was just going to mention there, like one of the things, just listening to like a bunch of podcasts and whatever, multi-million-dollar guys out there and stuff like that, but one of the things that I see consistently that all of them do is they all start their day with a morning workout. I think that's a big thing of being successful and staying motivated and staying on track and working towards your goals, setting up your routine and having that kind of be your jump start to the day. Get the endorphins going, get your mind woken up, get the blood woken up, get everything ready, and set yourself up for success on that. So I think, having the coach, having somebody, getting you there every day, like, hey, let's start the day off. This is our morning, 5 a.m. That's always a tough day. Coach comes in. You got to be motivated. You got to be awake. You got to be ready.
Exactly.
You got to get those guys going.
When they wake up in the morning at 5, they're not super happy to be there, maybe. You know what I'm saying? They're going to really enjoy it after that workout, but, dude, wake up, they're tired. They didn't sleep very well. They got a bunch of stuff, going on. Maybe they're not morning people. So it's really important for that coach to freaking give them a really good experience.
Morning,
Exactly. When do you stop learning?
You don't.
When exactly?
You
that was
an easy question.
Yes.
You never stop learning.
Quite
You never stop learning. Exactly. I think some people think like once you do, I did my level 1, I'm good now, I can just go, or maybe they want to get to level 2 or whatever. But I think if they get complacent, that's probably the biggest mistake, because you can always get better in pretty much every discipline of it.
I mean, like I was saying, I did the level 1, the kids, and the movement mobility right away, but I didn't stop there. I also have my CrossFit level 2. I've done the CrossFit scaling. I've done USA weightlifting, advanced USA weightlifting.
But not even that, too.
Snatch camp.
Just doing, the workshops we do in our own coaches.
Right, exactly, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can
Clinics
probably learn even more of that.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, bare minimum, like a video a day. Just like look up some fitness related thing. Hey, maybe it's diet, maybe it's psychology, maybe it's here's another way of explaining how to squat. Something bare minimum. Always want to just get some kind of information coming through.
Get some video on YouTube or whatever, or someone tells you something, you go test it out, see if it works. If it doesn't work, well, throw it away. If it does work, keep that in your bag for later.
That's why we have our coaches developments. Those are I think that's the best thing. We get our coaches together, we all practice, we all go through cues and go through new movements or new things that we can do for the classes. And I think that's one of the things that helps separate our coaching from most of the other people. Like we constantly practice and train.
Yeah, I was gonna say leading by example. I think that's an important thing to do, because no one respects you as a coach if you're not doing the things that you're trying to tell them to do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't mean you have to do you can't teach a muscle up if you don't do a muscle up. Or whatever like that, or if you don't squat 600 pounds, you can't teach someone how to do it. But putting in that work, I think, is the main thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Learning how to talk somebody through it, or cues or positions or something like that. Even if you can't execute it, you should still learn how to do it.
exactly. Just staying positive a lot too. Let's see here. How would you recommend someone getting started? They want to coach. They've been doing CrossFit for a year. What would you guys tell them?
Are that like one of our members kind of thing, or?
Yeah, they've been doing CrossFit for a year.
Okay.
Came up to you, said, "Hey, I think I want to coach."
Yeah.
One of the first things I would say is like, kind of before you even get into that, like, really sit down and assess yourself. Like kind of ask yourself if this is what you can do, because you are in a tough position. You got to be, you got to sacrifice. It takes a lot of sacrifice to become a coach. You gotta sacrifice going out with your friends, or going on vacation or whatever it is, because you need to dedicate yourself to learning, because you're helping other people, and you got to put other people before you. And so I think that's something that you should ask yourself ahead of time is, can you be committed to this? Are you willing to make the sacrifices, and are you willing to put other people ahead of you to make them successful? And I think if you can say yes to all of those, then you're in a really good spot. And then start with the coaches, start shadowing, and start paying attention. Come to the gym all the time. Surround yourself with it all the time.
Yeah.
I think Daniel's come to a very important point. Just remember, gym hours revolve around business hours. So you're there when everyone else is outside partying. So you sacrifice your social life when you're first starting. Like, I work Friday nights just because I'm the new guy, and that's fine. Like, I don't mind it, but that is something. It's a big deal for some people. And then following up with the shadowing thing, come in for 3 nights in a row, or 3 mornings in a row, whatever. Shadow for an entire, we do a morning shift or evening shift. Mm-hmm. Shadow that entire shift. Realize, can you do the same thing multiple times in a row every single day? That's part of life, and because you have to create that genuine experience for each group of people. Yeah. Come in. Are you bored within 3 days of that? Then maybe you should really go back to that reassess that he's talking about. Well,
I think a lot of people too, they have so much fun in class and doing all that stuff and working out and talking to people and stuff like that, and they really, really enjoy it. And like, I want to be here more. I think I'm going to coach, which may not translate over exactly, because because the coach is going to be totally different than just hanging out here. Yeah. Obviously, they probably want to hang out here all the time, but it is a job. You know what I'm saying? And any job that you do, you're going to get tired of it. You're not going to like certain things. You're going to be like, I don't want to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Any freaking job you do, it doesn't matter how much you like it or love it. You got to realize that you're not going to like certain things, and you're not going to want to do it today, or maybe certain days. But hey, that's his life.
Yeah. Every job you got to scrub toilets.
That's not true at all. I mean, no, but I would tell him too is it's kind of what you said, Craig. Is just come in, shadow, see the differences of coaching and just being a member or just hanging out. Mm-hmm. See if that's really what you want to do. Why do you want to get to coaching? Kind of ask yourself that question. If you're looking to get into coaching just to hang around here more, you're probably not going to like it. Yeah. Now, if you want to help people and you want to, change lives, and it's something that you want to do and you love teaching people, I would say that's pretty good. I would say, start shadowing a little bit more, see if you like it, see if you like it in the interaction, or see if you can see yourself doing it multiple times a day.
This is one of those it's more of a rewarding job. Don't get into this going for the dollar, because you're not going to make $1 million being a coach. No. You're doing this to help people and to give that self-satisfaction, of going above and beyond. So don't get into it for the dollar.
Do you want to do it full-time? Do you want to do it part-time?
Yeah.
If you're a part-time coach, you're not going to have a lot of time to put towards your education to get better. You know what I'm saying? If you're working a job 8 hours a day, you're going to come in, maybe coach a couple classes, or maybe fill in sometimes, you're going to be way behind someone that's here every single day, 8 hours, 10 hours a day, learning every day, for that many. They're just putting way more hours than you, so they're going to be a better coach, obviously. And then I know, most of our gyms that we have all full-time people, because we want everyone that's committed being in here. And that's hard to do, too, as far as, because you can only coach so many classes in a day. You're not going to, when we do shifts here, it's either a night shift or a day or a morning shift, so it's about 3 or 4 classes a day. Time, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because you get past that, it gets monotonous. You're not going to want to coach 7 hours a day. You're just going to be drained. Mm-hmm. If you're coaching good classes, which we not recommend, but require. You're gonna be tired. You're gonna be tired after. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna want to coach more than that, or you're gonna get burnt out. You know what I'm saying? When we first started, that's what we did, was we coached all day, every day. I'm like, dude, I don't want to do this anymore. It gets tiring quick. But half days are good. You can keep half days pretty, you stay motivated with that.
That's a pretty reputable one.
Yeah.
As long as you're still loving the job, you still love what you do. It's a pretty consistent shift.
I feel like that's good. Because even 1 or 2 classes a day, that wouldn't be like, damn, this is not that much, We get to 3 or 4, it's like, all right, I'm pretty tired. I'm good for the day.
Yeah, I'm tired by 4, man. I know it's not an 8-hour shift, but 4 classes it's surprisingly tiring. You wouldn't think so until you do it.
Exactly. And I know with us, like, so we try to pay our coaches. Like I said, they only coach so many classes a day, but obviously they got to make more money than just coaching, working 4 hours a day. So we really incentivize them to get signups and stuff like that. So if you're good at sales, that's going to definitely help you make more money. So it can become a full-time job, and you can get paid, more to be able to live off of. Because a lot of people aren't going to be able to live off just coaching, especially if they have a family and kids, or just coaching half days every day. But I think the main or the quickest way people or coaches want to do is just to get more classes. Oh, let me get more classes. Let me get more classes. I'm like, dude, you're gonna get burnt out, bro. Like, you already know. Like, we've already done this before. So
yeah. When I first started, we were a little short staffed on coaches. I'm like, hey man, I could use the money. I'll coach full days a couple times. So I would just to help cover people. I'll do the morning, go to school, do the evening shifts, and holy crap, that was hard.
Yeah.
I'm like, a month in, I'm like, oh, this ain't too bad. 2 months later, dude.
Yeah, it is hard.
It changes.
Yeah, then you don't want to burn out, though, either, because, like, what I'm saying, then you lose your passion for it and stuff like that. So it's like, you got to have that, all right, step away a little bit, like, all right, I feel energized. I'm going to come back and, hit it hard.
I mean, you guys are really cool that coaches like that, because you know what it feels like to be burnt out. Like, there's been a time like, hey, can you cover my Tuesday morning class for like 2 weeks? I just need a day off for a little bit, and then you guys were super helpful with that. Had me covered, came back in, rejuvenated, feeling pretty good. So yeah, you guys are pretty cool about that. Most jobs won't be like, oh hey, suck it up or go find another job normally.
Well, sometimes we probably tell you that too, but not often. Or, you know what I'm saying?
No.
We have to though, but
goes back to you know what I'm capable of more than I know.
But that or either being a manager of one of our locations, you make more money that way. It is more work, but shoot, I mean, you're basically running your own gym though. You know what I'm saying? So people that are really trying to take that initiative and that's their dream to have like their own spot, they definitely can. And that's in the bag.
Yeah. Just expect to do a lot more than just coach. It's this. Yeah. There's a lot more that goes into it than that. So, but it's worth it.
Managing other coaches, sure. Doing sales stuff, doing book work, stuff like that. Yep. Definitely part of the job. But if you don't want to do it full time, you always can do it part time. But like I said, you're only going to be. Or if you really love your other job a lot and you're just like, hey, I love this too. I want to do this for a little bit, a little bit on the weekends,
help people out,
like that. We have a few coaches that do that too. And it's good to have someone that's available to pop in, maybe cover a couple of shifts if someone gets sick or wants to go on vacation or something like that. So, or everyone goes to the games or something.
Or a wedding.
Exactly.
It's going to be quiet around here in October, but that's okay.
Yeah. What else you got, Craig?
Hit me with a question.
Shoot. What do you think the biggest surprise was when you first started coaching that you weren't expecting?
The biggest surprise? That I was capable of waking up at 4 in the morning.
Wow.
That was the biggest surprise. And that I could keep doing it. Yeah. I'll tell members, I never came to a 5 a.m. class till I was paid to. I'm never thought of myself as a morning person, but I guess I had to grow up at some point, right? I think, jokes aside, how much I've matured. This company's helped me mature as a person. It's not just how you have to wake up at man hours now. It's
responsibility.
I've become such a more responsible person. Not just you try harder in the workouts. No, I'm owning my shit. You guys are really
Is that because I'm a father figure to you?
No, I got my own father figure.
Oh my God.
They call him the Dragon.
The Dragon. Oh, SDM. AKA
Tahoe Joe, AKA
Mr. Flo,
AKA Dirt Lots,
AKA Dust.
Anyways, he's a great guy. He's really helping with all my finances. If I ever need
spreadsheets.
You ever need spreadsheets, he's your guy. Sorry, we got a little off topic. Inside jokes aren't meant for the outside world, right? What have I surprised
What was the question? No,
what have I surprised myself with, right? Just like communication and responsibility. Like I was, I was a little bit shy of a person until I started coaching.
Yeah, I'd agree with that too.
I wasn't big like, hey, go talk to that person. They're new. I'm like, ooh, now it's like, hey
Confidence, what'd you say?
man, I'm Craig. What's up? First time here? Oh, cool.
Damn.
Anything like that.
What's up, shawty? You say that?
Only once.
Okay.
How about you, Daniel? Though, what was your most surprising thing when you first started coaching?
I think the surprising, I don't know, man.
Unexpected.
I think having confidence in myself, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
Do I really know what I'm coaching, or is this really the right cue, or am I really doing this the right way? Like I found myself questioning myself quite a bit at the beginning.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
I think
I'm gonna test this out and try.
I think my first question at our first coach's training was, I can't do pistols. What do I do when someone asks how to do pistols? I'm like, and now I realize, no one wants to do pistols, so I'm safe. But like that was going back to like, you don't have to be able to do it as long as you can kind of effectively communicate the concept.
I think that's a big misconception too. Is like, oh, I'm a great athlete. I'm gonna be a great coach.
Oh,
Well, it's
no,
not at all.
Yeah, it's different.
Like I consistently get punked by some of our members. Like they're better in some capacity, and everyone's better at something,
Even like my workouts, like when I work out, if I'm being coached, like I prefer a coach kind of in my face yelling at me like, don't stop, get going. But I can't coach that way. There's no way. My members would freaking hate me if I did. So and there's times when you can and stuff, but definitely if I was coaching the way I wanted to be coached, I think I would lose half the people there.
Oh yeah.
Probably. I think the biggest thing mine was probably they could change so many people's lives, like outside the gym. I was like, oh yeah, they'll just lose. I always thought like, oh, they'll get better at squatting. They'll like lose some weight, like get a little bit more jacked. But like other stuff, when people tell you like, dude, like just all like confidence and like stuff, how it translates to other parts of the world, or like even Craig was saying, just like when he lost his weight and all the changes that you had, that I was like, oh, he just lost weight.
Yeah.
Like, no, dude, like you changed my whole life. Like that stuff. I was like, oh shit. Like when people started telling me that, I was like, didn't really comprehend that at first. I was like, oh, and then once that happened, I was like, oh wow. I'm like, oh, I'm really actually.
Like we just started a master's class, and I'll check in. I'm like, hey, how you liking it? They're some of them are kind of new to exercise. Like my diabetes, blood sugar, blood sugar levels are going like way healthier. My doctor's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, didn't expect that.
I had a couple of those in the master's class actually.
Yeah, and
the diabetes ones are very cool.
That's like they're so stoked about that. And then we have one or two.
Be able to do stuff that they can't do.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit, like I couldn't go on a hike or like stuff like that. I'm like, what? I couldn't go on a hike. But dude, I was so out of shape. I couldn't go walk. And I was like, holy crap.
Mm-hmm.
It's just stuff like that, or it's you take for granted until you can't do. Like I could just always do it, so it's not a big deal. But some people that can't do it or can't do certain things, they said now they can. I'm like,
I remember when I first started, like, dude, how do you run? You're like, you just.
What do you mean? How you run?
Yeah, you just go faster. And now you actually learn how to answer that question. But yeah, just be surprised. Some people, you think you're out of shape. There's always someone who's a little bit farther behind you, and you just like feels really cool to like help them kind of catch up.
It's cool to see the functional movements like transfer over too. Like just a member the other day was telling me about how he was at the shopping, and he actually got down into a deadlift form to pick something up and without realizing it. You know, and so it's cool to see it transfer over to just their daily routine.
Especially a lot of things we do. I mean, like, basically everything can translate to something. In the real world. So
has my mom told you about what she said about like how CrossFit's related to her recovery?
No.
So if you're listening, my mom's recovering from cancer, and then she had a surgery that kind of went not so great, so she's kind of on a slow mend as opposed to, oh, you'll be up and walking in a month. But like 2 weeks in, like you should still be in a bed, but like you're walking around and everything. It's like, well, yeah, I did CrossFit, but like
or even just like the oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, because the point, you said squat, and I'm like, well, she learned how to get herself out of bed because she knows how to brace her core, get her legs, in a strong position, and she was able to stand herself up a day after surgery. Yeah. Like, that was the goal, just stand up, and that was what they're hoping for, but she was able to stand up and lift her feet. Yeah. And she'll tell you guys, probably when she sees you, when she comes back in fine, she's like, dude, squatting changed my life, because, like, her recovery, like, it got negatively impacted, but she's recovering really fast. Consider all
Yeah.
you know, all things considered. So, and she relates that to CrossFit. She says that almost every week. I feel like I'm so glad I learned how to squat. Getting out of bed is possible.
Even like the confidence of like when you when you're pushing yourself like hard in a workout and you're really really pushing yourself. And you're like, dude, I can't do this, and you end up doing it. Like, wow, I did that, or whatever,
Yeah.
right? Or hurting, like you're like, oh man, I'm pushing myself so hard, this hurts. But then like getting used to hurting like that, and then you go to do other stuff, like, oh wow, yeah, I'm really really hurt right now, but wow, I can get out of bed now. Or like I'm like, oh, I know I could do this. Let's just keep going, or let's see how how far I can push. Where it's like you really don't have that mindset. And that takes it takes a while. It takes
Yeah, not everyone's
years
born. Not everyone's
to
born with
get
that mindset. Let me
no,
tell
for
you.
sure. No, but I feel like no one is really. I mean, people will probably have different degrees to it, but it can always get higher.
Mm-hmm.
But they say what's the difference between a 5-minute Fran and a 3-minute Fran? It's just like be willing to hurt more,
Yeah.
and not really being in better shape. It's like, hey, you're gonna hurt more, and then you can still do it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can do it unbroken, but do you want to hurt that much? You know what I'm saying? But I think that just getting used to this getting
comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people don't put themselves in that position to be uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
They'll stay in their comfort zone or not really branch out, and then they never get used to accomplishing new things. Or when a task comes at hand where they're not used to doing or don't think they can do it, they'll just crumble. You know what I'm saying? That I feel like people here every day they're doing stuff that they don't think they can do, and it's just building like confidence brick by brick. Honestly.
That's part of the joy of coaching. I think that's what comes to the side of it. Like seeing people, hey, day one you couldn't even squat. Now you got a 250-pound back squat and you're doing all kinds of stuff. Like that's the rewarding part of the coaching side of it.
Day one,
Mike came in as just like a wet noodle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now look at him.
Now it's a dry noodle.
A brick shit house.
Yeah, but empowerment. It's just I tell people day one, like, dude, you're gonna laugh at this workout in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah,
you're gonna laugh at it. This
literally 2 weeks.
This will legit be your warm up in 2 weeks. And they're like, no way, I'm dying. And then 2 weeks later, like, hey, remember your intro? Yeah, I missed that.
Yeah, no kidding. Cool.
Anyways.
You guys had anything else, really?
Seriously, if you guys are interested in coaching, first, like Daniel said, first thing, just evaluate the why. The why is the biggest thing. And then, talk to, if you're one of the members, just, talk to the manager, talk to their owner or whatever. Just hit them up, like, dude, I got an interest. They'll, give you some details. They'll have a real talk with you and go from there, dude.
I think it's one of the most rewarding jobs you can do. So, it's totally different. I think
we got a good job, dude.
Consistent, man. Yeah.
Like every day, you look forward to coming here. It's not like, especially if you have that perspective of doing a job you don't like, or like that's not rewarding and kind of just 9 to 5 is grinding through every day. It's like when you come here, I just try to remember that. Like when some days when I'm like, oh, I don't really want to do this today. It's like, dog, thank God I'm not doing that instead. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh man, that would suck. So especially just to live your life like that the whole time and not doing what you want. It's like,
I mean, you both work hard jobs than me, but God, I don't want to go back to Walmart.
Yeah. No, even that. I mean, this is what the Walmart for me, or you know what I'm saying, Walmart for anyone. No, but if you guys are interested in coaching or making this a career, or maybe just doing it even part time, definitely hit us up. We can help you out as far as getting you set up with shadowing and stuff like that. If you're already coaching right now and you want to, we're very passionate about what we're doing, and then we expect a lot of people. Like we want to have the best coaches around. So, and we push our coaches every day to get better and better and better. So if you're passionate about it and you really want to do good, you just don't want to be mediocre, definitely hit us up. We're always looking for passionate coaches. Like we're constantly growing, so we definitely need those people to join our team of like-minded people. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta push each other.
But yep. So follow us at Instagram. _ASAP Fit _.
Yep.
Follow us on iTunes also. Get Fit ASAP Podcast. Our YouTube channel. What else?
Facebook. Make sure you follow us on Facebook. Yep.
Follow me on Instagram.
Oh wow!
Yeah, name drop.
Damn.
Come on, Craig 220.
What are you posting yours? Why would they follow yours?
Food pics, obviously.
Food
pics. I post some of the stuff that It is my personal page. I'm not gonna lie. There's gonna be some pictures of food, but I post some stuff like I do in the gym. Girlfriend.
Strong. Santa Cruz laying in the sand.
No, I don't think I posted that. But I'll post some stuff in my strongman class.
You
actually.
and Michael having sandbags together, flipping over your shoulders, walking around.
That's wrong Instagram, dude. That's the private one. I'm not gonna advertise that on here.
Yeah.
No,
There's
it's
the dirt lots.
Skins versus shirts.
Skins versus shirts.
My strongman class. I take photos. There you go. That's all I want to say. And then these guys take everything 2 steps farther as usual. This could be your career, guys.
Hey,
Sign up.
If you ain't having fun, you ain't doing it right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm having fun. I don't know. No, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
All right, see you later.
Cool.
Go like that. Oh, there we go.
Oh my god, dude.
Too much fun.
Nice.